There is a moment in the year when heaven seems to open more than usual. A moment when hearts awaken, souls stir, and the silence of faith becomes denser, more vibrant. That moment is Easter. But what many may not know is that the true revelation begins after. It's as if just beyond the threshold of the resurrection, a mysterious time begins, suspended between what has been and what is about to unfold. And in this time, the Madonna speaks. She speaks to those who have ears to hear. She speaks to prepare, to protect, to warn. Before continuing with the video, if you believe that the Madonna still speaks today, if you feel that her words have the power to touch the heart, to guide, to comfort, write amen in the comments right now. It's a small gesture, but one with great meaning. It's like saying, Mary, I am listening. Mary, I am here. Write it before continuing, because what you are about to hear requires an open heart, a heart ready to receive. After Easter, there is not only the joy of light, but also the fulfillment of heavenly promises. It is in this after that the most delicate days are hidden, the most critical passages for humanity. It's as if every year after the resurrection, God places a crossroads before us. Follow the path of grace or be lost in the darkness of pride. And every time, the Madonna intervenes. As a mother, as a sentinel, as a refuge, not to frighten, but to prepare. Why is today different? Why is this time after Easter so crucial? Because now more than ever, we are immersed in a whirlwind of events tightening around us, multiplying wars, instability sweeping through nations like a raging wind, hearts growing cold, and faith extinguishing like forgotten candles. And as all of this unfolds, the Madonna calls out to us insistently. She does not ask for noise, but for attention. She does not seek fanaticism, but deep listening. Her messages, delivered through visionaries across the world, seem to converge in one direction. It is time to choose. It is time to decide whether to stand with God or be swept away by confusion. The words of the Madonna are never spoken into the void. Each sentence, each call, is like a spiritual code that carries a key, the key to understanding what is about to happen. And today, in this time after Easter, new horizons open. But so do new trials. What awaits us? What warnings has she given us? And above all, what can we do to avoid being caught unprepared? In this video, we will uncover her words. Words that are not merely warnings, but acts of love. Because every heavenly admonition is first and foremost an invitation to salvation. And we are called to respond, today, not tomorrow. Right after Easter, in the days when the light of the risen one still warms the earth, the Madonna speaks with a particular strength. It's as if, in that silence heavy with mystery, she feels the need to guide us through what follows. Because the joy of the resurrection is only the beginning, and it is precisely in this after that the true spiritual battle begins. Many Marian messages, both from Medjugorje and from other recognized or ongoing apparitions, refer to this time. A time in which humanity is called to make increasingly radical choices. The words the Madonna addresses to her children take on a gentle yet firm tone. She calls us to unceasing prayer, to fasting, to inner silence. These are not just devotional tips, they are instructions for spiritual survival. After Easter, she says in some messages, you will be tested. Evil will try to confuse even the strongest hearts, but those who are firm in prayer will have nothing to fear. These are words that pierce the heart because they reveal two paths, one of distraction and one of vigilance. And they remind us that true victory does not belong to the world, but to the soul that remains faithful even in darkness. In these times, the Madonna urges us to be living signs of the resurrection. But it's not just about rejoicing or singing Alleluia. It's about resisting, bearing the weight of faith when everything around us invites compromise. And here lies the deeper meaning of her post-Easter messages. The resurrection has lit a flame in us, but we must guard it, or it will go out. The Queen of Peace never leaves us alone. She teaches us to recognize the signs of the times, invites us not to waste time, and prepares us for events that, according to her words, will profoundly change the face of the earth. Do not be afraid, she tells us, but be ready. The time that is coming will be short but intense. Pray so that you do not falter. So the after Easter is not just a liturgical passage. It is a crucial phase for our souls. A time in which it will be decided who will be light and who will be swallowed by the darkness. Among the many Marian messages received in the time immediately following Easter, there is one that resonates with extraordinary force. It was given in Medjugorje during a period of great inner silence, yet it carried with it a powerful echo, like a heavenly alarm bell. The Madonna said, "Dear children, this is the time in which heaven watches over you with special attention. After the joy of the resurrection, Satan works more strongly to tear you away from peace. But I am here. I guide you toward the truth." These words contain a deep truth. The resurrection does not close the cycle, it opens it. Satan does not surrender before the victory of Christ, but reacts with anger, trying to distort, confuse, and destroy what has just been renewed. And it is at this very moment that the Madonna becomes a shield for her children. She knows the enemy's plan, but even more so, she knows God's plan. And she prepares us to be active participants in this design. The message continues saying, "Pray more, not only with your lips, but with your heart, because days will come when only those who pray with the heart will be able to resist." Here lies the crucial point. Prayer is no longer just a form of devotion, but a weapon of light, an armor, a line of defense against what is about to happen. After Easter, the Madonna warns us, days of spiritual selection begin, days in which each one of us will be called inwardly to say our true yes or no to God, not just with words, but with our lives. And those who are not steadfast, who are not vigilant, risk succumbing to the subtle yet continuous pressure of the world. Her message is not an ultimatum, but a promise, because she concludes by saying, "Do not fear. Those who walk with my Son, even in the darkness, will find the light." And in these few words, everything is summarized. We are not promised an easy path, but a certain outcome. If we remain with Christ, guided by Mary, no night can defeat the dawn. And now that we have listened to the words of the Madonna, now that we have passed through this holy time and find ourselves beyond the threshold of Easter, there's a question we can no longer avoid. On which side do we want to stand? The time we live in is not just any time. It is a time marked by signs, by calls, by messages that we can no longer ignore. We can no longer afford to delay, to remain lukewarm, to postpone the spiritual choice. The Madonna has spoken clearly to us. This is the time of decision. The world is running, changing, trembling. And while everything seems to be crumbling, she extends her hand to us, not with the voice of one who imposes, but with the sweet and firm voice of a mother who knows the future and wants us safe. Convert, return to prayer, go to confession, reconcile with God. These are simple words, but today they are more urgent than ever, because darkness is descending on many souls, and only those who have light in their hearts will be able to navigate. We must not expect displays or dramatic signs to convert. The Madonna repeats it to us. Be ready. The time you have is short, but enough to choose good. This is her mercy. She warns us before the trial arrives, she prepares us before the battle, and she promises us that if we remain united to her, no evil will prevail. But we must be vigilant, we must be awake, no longer sleepy disciples, but sentinels of the light. And so today, right now, let us take a moment of silence. Let her words resonate within us. Let them descend into the heart, where no one can lie. Let us make our choice, not just with the mind, but with our lives. Because the time after Easter is the time of truth. And those who walk in the truth, even if they pass through pain, will never be abandoned. Mary is with us, and she tells us once again, "My children, do not be afraid, I am your mother, and I lead you to the victory of my Son." Most Holy Mother, in this time after Easter, while the world runs and stirs, we stop before you. Accept our fears, our questions, our weaknesses. Grant us a heart ready to listen, eyes to see the signs of heaven, and courage to choose the good even when it costs. Guide us on the path of light. Guard us in your immaculate heart. Let us, as true children, remain faithful to God even in the darkest days. Mother of hope, do not leave us alone. Keep us close to you and lead us to the victory of your Son, Jesus. Amen. If you have felt something resonate within you, if the words of the Madonna have touched your heart, do not remain silent. Write Amen. In the comments, share this video with your loved ones and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the next messages. Every share is a spark of light that can ignite a soul. Together we can be part of God's plan. Mary calls us, and we want to answer now, not tomorrow.